This is an introduction to the Emmanuel Onyeabor Tax Initiative, EOTI. For those who may be wondering what the initiative is all about, here is what you need to know about the founder and the initiative. So, Emmanuel, do you mind telling me a little about yourself? And while you're telling me about yourself, I would like you to add one fun fact about you that people don't know.
Thank you for having me here, Maryann. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to introduce the Emmanuel Onyeabor Tax Initiative, or EOTI, to our valued stakeholders and listeners. My name is Emmanuel Onyeabor. I'm a tax and employment lawyer and a chartered tax practitioner licensed in Nigeria. I hold memberships of the Nigerian Bar Association, the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, and the Employment and Labor Lawyers Association of Nigeria. I have always been fascinated with tax. My entire legal education and career have been focused on tax. I hold a Bachelor of Laws or LLB degree from the University of Nigeria, where my LLB thesis focused on taxation of religious entities in Nigeria. I also offered taxation law as an elective course in the final year of my LLB program at the University of Nigeria. That decision was pivotal for me because the taxation law course was a very small class avoided by most final year law students. The course was considered overly technical and somewhat boring by law students. However, like some of my colleagues who offer taxation law, I didn't find the course boring or technical in any way. In fact, I thoroughly enjoyed it. My study of taxation law in school sparked my interest in taxation practice. Years later, I obtained my Master of Laws or LLM degree in International Tax Law and Policy from the Stulich School of Law at Dalhousie University in Canada, where my LLM thesis analyzed unilateral digital tax measures in developing and emerging economies, using Nigeria as a case study, and called on stakeholders to look beyond the digital tax extremes in international tax law and policy. Currently, I am a Doctor of Philosophy or PhD degree candidate in international tax law and policy at the Stulich School of Law at Dalhousie University. My doctoral research focuses on crafting an effective policy framework for decentralized financial regulation and the domestic and international taxation of crypto assets in Canada. Prior to commencing my PhD program in international tax law and policy at Dalhousie University, I was a senior associate and the tax team lead at Banwan Igodalu, a Magic Circle commercial law firm in Nigeria that won the Nigeria Tax Firm of the Year award at the International Tax Review or ITR, Europe, Middle East and Africa, or EMEA as it's popularly called, Tax Awards 2023. I have about 9 years extensive experience in conducting advanced domestic and international tax research and in providing a wide range of tailored tax and business advisory, transactional support, employment, and commercial disputes resolution services to various clients. My core practice areas are tax, employment, and commercial disputes resolution. My tax specialty includes general corporate tax, transfer pricing, transactional tax, private client and wealth management, tax deal advisory, indirect tax, real estate tax, financial services tax, tax controversy, and consumer and industrial markets tax. I have been recognized thrice as a rising star leader for general corporate tax in the ITR EMEA World Tax Practitioners Rankings 2023, 2024, and 2025. I was also shortlisted for the Transfer Pricing Law Firm Rising Star and the Indirect Tax Law Firm Rising Star Awards on the ITR EMEA Tax Awards 2024 shortlist published in August 2024. And beyond tax, I would say that I enjoy listening to good music, sketching pencil portraits, reading classic books on psychology and human nature, watching great movies, and writing fictional works like poems and novels.
So the fun fact about you, the very interesting one fun fact about you, what would that be?
I love and enjoy rap music a lot, and I also rap. I rap very well, and I write rap music. So it's something most people who know me, maybe within the past 9 years, may not know that. Eminem is one of my favorite rap artists. It's people who know me like maybe 15 years that will know that I rap and write rap music. They just see me as a very corporate and professional person, and they are usually surprised when they realize that I can rap and that I enjoy rap music. I write my own rap music, and I'm pretty much a hip hop person.
Very interesting. We're looking forward to when you would rap in tax terminologies for us. Okay, so let's get straight to it. What made you
Okay.
wake up one day and say, you know what, I am starting a tax initiative?
That is a very good question. I would say that beyond professional accomplishments, I am deeply committed to mentoring young legal and business professionals, offering them guidance on tax competency and tax capacity development, including guidance on career advancement in tax practice and scholarly tax writing. This passion for giving back to the tax community fueled my vision for founding EOTI on 15 January 2025. My years of professional and academic experience in tax have shown me that there is a shortage of skilled tax professionals globally. Part of the reason for this is that most young legal and business professionals avoid building a career in tax because the area is seen as overly technical or somewhat boring. Then the few who are interested in taxation don't have accomplished tax professionals to guide and mentor them through the challenging tax capacity building process. Eventually, their passion for tax dies out. I have mentored several young legal and business professionals interested in taxation over the past years of my career. Some of them are people who I have never met, who reached out to me on LinkedIn or were referred to me by either a colleague or one of my former lecturers at the University of Nigeria. They're usually confused about how to effectively build tax capacity and often have several questions. Some even mention that they have trouble understanding tax concepts because it gives them anxiety and migraines, which really made me laugh. I eventually thought to myself that an organization committed to supporting the development of aspiring and growing tax professionals globally and structured to provide them access to the resources, opportunities, and networks they need to excel in tax would significantly contribute to remedying this situation. Hence EOTI.
So away from the introduction and trying to get to know a bit about yourself and why you started, I want us to talk about the initiative and why it matters, right? So taxes aren't exactly everyone's favorite topic. I, for one, I don't like tax that much. So what's the big idea behind this initiative?
Um, to arrive at the big idea, I would like to start from the part of saying that EOTI aims to contribute significantly to addressing the shortage in skilled tax professionals by identifying and nurturing talented individuals interested in taxation with a view to training and equipping them for exciting opportunities in structured tax practice, impactful tax research, and advanced tax education in prestigious institutions worldwide. This way, their passion for tax does not die out because they have access to a community of global tax professionals who are committed to empowering them to achieve their global tax leadership dreams. I would also say that EOTI offers access to resources, opportunities, and networks that equip young legal and business professionals interested in taxation with the tools required for thriving in an evolving global tax landscape. We aim to make tax the new cool for young legal and business professionals globally. We are dealing with Gen Zs, and they like professional practice areas that are cool. Before now, most of them don't really see tax as cool because they see tax as a technical or boring area of professional practice. Our aim at EOTI is to make tax the new cool for young legal and business professionals globally. We believe that this way, we will be shaping the future of tax leadership across borders.
Well, so yes, I totally love the fact that I have been seeing some, promotional posters by the EOTI team. And what has been written there for a while now is tax is the new cool. It sounds very cool and very, very, attractive to bright minds because we want to know how tax is actually the new cool. So, who are you trying to help with this, and what kind of problems do they face with taxes?
Um, our target audience is comprised of aspiring and growing tax professionals looking to develop global standard tax competency, seasoned global tax experts looking to give back, and individuals and organizations seeking to sponsor or partner with leading tax capacity development institutions. I would say that our major targets are young, aspiring, and growing tax professionals. They face a huge mentorship and career guidance gap. We aim to fill that gap and support their tax capacity development by providing a cross-border forum for the structured mentorship and training of young legal and business professionals, as well as law and business graduates who aspire to develop tax competency or enhance their capacity/expertise in tax practice and scholarly tax writing, learn how to build meaningful careers in tax practice, and gain the skills necessary to access opportunities for graduate tax education in reputable institutions around the globe. We also provide a structured forum for accomplished global tax professionals looking to give back. We invite and welcome partnerships/collaborations with global tax consulting and commercial law firms, dynamic startups, international tax organizations, tax departments of multinationals and other business entities, tax administrations, government fiscal policy divisions, renowned global tax publishing entities, and the graduate tax programs of prestigious law/business schools to make the tax competency and tax capacity development dreams of our future tax leaders a reality. These entities would benefit by contributing to the increased tax consciousness of young legal and business professionals, which in turn creates a sufficient supply of tax professionals for their business and academic needs. In addition to all this, we also believe that our publications on tax insights, reflections on tax and business innovation, podcasts, and other tax awareness programs are focused on businesses and the general members of society who sometimes have a hard time understanding complex tax concepts. We aim to break these concepts down into simple concepts that are easy to understand and are appealing to non-tax professionals.
Okay, so if I were someone who knew nothing about taxes, how would your initiative benefit me? How would it help me?
So I would say that the benefit of EOTI is essentially engraved in our mission, which is to advance the field of tax and support the development of the next generation of global tax leaders. The benefit this has for society, especially businesses, tax administrations, and graduate tax programs globally, is that it will encourage the growth of global tax professionals that are equipped with the skills necessary to thrive in a global digital economy. This will increase business efficiency, improve tax administration, and encourage the growth of tax scholarship globally. Then for growing and aspiring tax professionals that join us as tax mentees or as volunteers in any of our career units, they benefit by being exposed to resources, networks, and opportunities in impactful tax research, graduate tax programs in world-class institutions, and being equipped with the skills necessary to build a meaningful career in global tax practice. We also aim to offer, from time to time, tax-specific scholarships to talented legal and business professionals with exceptional academic, research, and leadership potential, as well as a proven track record of commitment to developing global standard tax capacity. Tax is essentially a business for all because no matter who you are, whether you're a lawyer, a business professional, or a layman in quotes, tax is something you should be concerned about because everyone pays taxes in one form or the other. So having a world in which we have a sufficient supply of skilled global tax professionals would benefit you because you have more tax professionals to choose from when you need tax advice or you need structuring of your tax affairs to achieve tax efficiency.
So, having listened to you talk passionately about the initiative and how it matters, I want us to move a bit to the personal side of the journey. So, I would like you to be honest. Was there a moment where you thought, maybe I shouldn't do this?
I would say none whatsoever. Right from the beginning, we were very clear about what we wanted to achieve and set about achieving it. The path to achieving what we wanted to achieve was not clear at first. I would say that. But instead of causing any moments of doubt, it just spurred us towards innovating a structure that works for us eventually.
Wow. So, what has been the most frustrating or maybe exciting, part of getting this initiative off the ground?
What easily comes to mind is the fact that tax is a lonely road for legal and business professionals, and it is much more so when you are trying to do something in tax that lacks a precedent to follow. EOTI, though a non-profit entity, is essentially the first of its kind. I am not aware of anything like EOTI that has been done before. So, we didn't have any precedents to follow, and it was a bit challenging developing a structure that works for what we had in mind to achieve. That was the challenge we faced. The result was well worth the effort though, and we are excited about what EOTI has to offer the global tax community and the world at large. We have essentially developed a structure that we think works for what we hope to achieve with EOTI, and that structure will keep improving over time.
Okay, so what has been one of the best moments, working on this project, working on making EOTI a reality?
The launch preparation process for EOTI after its founding on 15 January 2025, it took almost 2 months, and it was an interesting experience for me because there were lots of challenges along the way, both financial / operational and otherwise. We had to move the launch date a couple of times due to unforeseen events, but we overcame those challenges as a team. EOTI is peopled by amazing individuals who have volunteered their time and skills to see our vision come to reality. I'm very grateful to them because we could not have done any of this without them. There were times when we laughed lightheartedly at each other, saying at this rate, we would launch next year if we don't put our feet down on a certain date. And thankfully, we've put down our feet on 7th of March 2025. So EOTI is officially launching on the 7th of March 2025, almost 2 months after its founding on 15 January 2025. It's something I find a little bit funny, but the wait was worth it because we needed that time to properly plan a lot of things.
Shout out to our social media manager, Ebube Nwachukwu, our lead content writer, Choma Peace Nnamchi, and all the other remarkable volunteers at EOTI who have worked tirelessly to ensure that EOTI is a success. Thank you all so much. You are all very much appreciated.
I would also like to say a shout out to our efficient Director of Media and Publicity, Victoria Chinyaka Mbanaso, and our super talented volunteer member of the Media and Publicity team at EOTI, Tarila Dofebo Anwebunwa, who worked tirelessly to see to the successful launch of EOTI. I'm also sending a shout out to our president at EOTI, Athanasius Ako, a senior associate in tax and disputes at GL Yas & Co, and all the super amazing EOTI Executive Council members who worked dedicatedly to ensure that the vision of EOTI materializes. I'm also sending a special gratitude to all the tax and audit mentors at EOTI, including yourself, Maryann Obiefuna, who have volunteered to take time out of their very busy careers to give back to the global tax community by mentoring, aspiring, and growing tax professionals at EOTI. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for that gratitude. It was really refreshing, and it was nice to hear you extend your appreciation to those who have made this a success, because it shows that it takes a good community. And I just want to ask you a few questions about what's next and how people can get involved. So, if someone is listening right now and wants to be part of this, what should they do?
Okay. I would say that people can get involved by volunteering to work with us in the capacity of either a tax/audit mentor, that is for accomplished global tax/audit practitioners like yourself, or a volunteer as a volunteer in any of the open positions on the careers page of our website, www.eotaxinitiative.org. Some of the key open positions are volunteer graphic designers, content writers, video editors, web developers, media engagement drivers, research assistants, PR specialists, and human resource managers. Aspiring and growing tax professionals looking to develop global standard tax competency can also apply to join us as tax mentees. Applications to join us in any capacity are typically sent to our careers email at careers@eotaxinitiative.org. We invite and welcome partnerships/collaborations with global tax consulting and commercial law firms, dynamic startups, international tax organizations, tax departments of multinationals and other business entities, tax administrations, government fiscal policy divisions, renowned global tax publishing entities, and the graduate tax programs of prestigious law/business schools to make the tax competency and tax capacity development dreams of our future tax leaders a reality. Their sponsorship and support will go a long way towards achieving our vision and making our society a tax-conscious society. I would say that for further inquiries, please do not hesitate to contact us at info@eotaxinitiative.org. That's our help desk email. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sure that this means of communicating or reaching out to the team would also be included in the description box. So I just want to ask, what's your dream vision for this initiative? Where do you see it in, say, 5, 10 years? Going beyond.
It's simple. Our vision at EOTI is to be a globally recognized tax competency and tax capacity building institution, fostering excellence in tax practice, education, and research, and preparing interested young legal and business professionals for rewarding careers in tax globally. That's our vision. That's where we see ourselves in the next 5 to 10 years.
Now, I love that the vision you've shared is one that is, one that you can run with, and it's very beautiful to hear. So I want to tap from your wealth of tax, because when you were telling us about yourself, you spoke a lot to. I heard you mention tax in every sentence. So I want to tap from your wealth of knowledge of tax, as well as I'm sure those who are looking to join EOTI are interested in doing same too. So can you give any simple tax tips? Maybe like something people always get wrong, just one or two.
Okay, yeah, something that easily comes to mind is withholding tax, or WHT. WHT is not a special kind of tax as many would think. It is also not paid from the pocket of the person paying for goods or services with legal obligation to deduct and remit the WHT to the relevant tax authority. WHT is an advance payment of income tax which is deducted from the vendors or service providers' fees by the payer and remitted to the relevant tax authority. There are, however, sanctions, usually in the form of interest and penalties, and sometimes even jail time, for failure to either deduct or remit the WHT due on fees paid by the buyer or recipient of service in an appropriate transaction. It is also noteworthy that the cost of WHT can be legally shifted from the vendor/service provider to the buyer/service recipient by using tax cross-up clauses in appropriate cases. What this simply means to a layman is that you, as the recipient of service or buyer of goods, even though you, by law, you are not the one that bears the cost of WHT, you only have legal obligation to deduct it from the vendors or service providers fee and remit to the relevant tax authority. It's actually legal for the vendor or service provider to transfer that cost to you contractually in the form of what we call tax gross-up clauses. So as a vendor, as a buyer or service recipient, you need to watch out for such tax gross-up clauses in your transaction agreements to ensure that you are not committing to bear the cost of a WHT you are not really open to committing to.
And this tax tip you shared it has opened my mind to the various possibilities and the various learning sessions that we are going to have on EOTI, because I am sure that someone listening to you would have follow-up questions, things that they need
Yes,
clarifications on, because
obviously.
you're hearing stuff. I heard something like jail time. I heard jail time, and I kept thinking to myself, okay.
People always have follow-up questions when they hear jail time or when they hear something involving money. People don't like spending money and they also don't like going to jail. So when you mention either of those, they are usually alert with follow-up questions.
Yeah, we have to sit up. Oh, of course, we have to. Now, so before we go, where can people find you? Follow your work or get involved.
Okay, you can follow our work on our website at www.eotaxinitiative.org. You can also find us on LinkedIn and Facebook as Emmanuel Onyeabor Tax Initiative (EOTI), or on Instagram and X, that's formerly Twitter, through our handles at EO Tax Initiative. You can also contact us by email at info@eotaxinitiative.org. If you are applying for one of our open positions or you wish to volunteer to work with us, you can contact us by email or send us your application to careers@eotaxinitiative.org. Then if you are looking to benefit from one of our tax training programs, then you can also send us an email to taxacademy@eotaxinitiative.org. Thank you.
Thank you. So, any final words for us, Emmanuel, whether about taxes, life, or just good vibes?
My final words for aspiring and growing tax professionals are: come join us as tax mentees and begin an exciting journey of global tax leadership. For accomplished global tax or audit professionals like yourself who are looking to give back from any part of the world or jurisdiction, it doesn't matter where you are from or where you are, come join us as tax or audit mentors. EOTI is a global organization and a non-jurisdictional institution. For individuals and organizations seeking to sponsor or partner with leading tax capacity development institutions, come sponsor or partner with us at EOTI. Your generous sponsorships and partnerships will go a long way towards helping us achieve our vision at EOTI and creating a world where we have a sufficient supply of skilled global tax professionals for businesses, tax administrations of government entities, and academic institutions. So, as a closing word to our Gen Zs, I will say tax is the new cool. Come join us at EOTI.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time, Emmanuel.
Thank you, Maryann. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.